Hi everybody, welcome to Simply Scuba. In today's video, I'm taking a closer look at the Zeagle Marina BCD. So the Marina is a traditional jacket wraparound style BCD, but more specifically for the female figure. So it's effectively the Bravo BCD, but they've redesigned it so it's going to be more comfortable and less unisex. So it's actually going to fit you and be much more comfortable. Now, I'd like to have one in front of me. Unfortunately, they're all in the warehouse and I can't just up and go to the warehouse and touch things with everything that's going on. So as soon as we come up with a way for me to actually get equipment and start doing the proper reviews again, we will do a separate video on the Marina, so you can physically see one in front of me, and I can break down all the sort of different bits of it. But for now, we have a few pictures, and I can describe sort of how it's going to work and how comfortable it's going to be. So the Marina, as I said, it's a female-specific BCD. It's effectively the Bravo, just in a slightly different cut. So instead of being sort of kind of comfortable, it is going to be comfortable for your figure. So taking a quick sort of tour around the BCD, traditional inflator over your left-hand shoulder with that corrugated hose. This is going to have a pull dump on it. So if you pull down on the inflator, it should vent over your left-hand shoulder. But this inflator is a little bit different from most other BCDs because a lot of Zeagle BCDs, you'll notice it actually has a screw at the top of the inflator, so you can actually disconnect the inflator from the that corrugated hose over your left-hand shoulder so that you can wash it thoroughly in between dives or after dives especially. Main benefit of that is so that you can just sort of put a garden hose down that corrugated hose and inflate or sort of fill up the inside of your BCD with water, make sure all the nasties are killed and sort of flushed out of that, and then you can sort of properly flush out the actual inflator itself and then just sort of screw it back on. You don't need any tools for that. It's just kind of finger tight. Now, underneath the corrugated hose on both shoulders, you have two pre-bent metal D-rings. They're pre-bent, so the bottom of the D-ring sticks away from the BCD just a little bit. Makes it a lot easier to clip onto them because the bottom just comes away from the strap a bit. You have a removable chest strap, which is two-way adjustable. So if you like chest straps, then yeah, you get that pinch clip in the middle and then two-way adjustment to hold those shoulder straps in position. If you don't get on with them, you can just disconnect and remove that chest strap if you really don't like them. Traditional pinch clips over your left-hand shoulders, and then you get that sort of adjustment so you can adjust those shoulder straps, and then onto the waist. Now, around your sides, you have a few different sections here. You do have a traditional zippered pocket, so you can store some stuff away, and the pocket is actually protected. You will notice on the outside you have the Zeagle detailing, which is actually sort of quite abrasion resistant, so even if you do brush up against something, you're not going to rip or tear that material underneath that protected section. Just below the zipper, you've got knife grommets for a BCD knife. So if you want to attach a knife onto your BCD, you don't want it on your leg or wherever else you want to put a knife, you want it on your waist, which is quite a convenient place. You have those grommets so that you can attach a BCD knife. Just above that zipper, you'll notice you have a little D-ring. So that's if you have a gauge or something, you can clip it off onto that. But you also have a separate sort of pocket loop gap at the top. And that's for your gauges or for your octo if it's on your right hand side, because what you can do with your gauges, you can feed them up from behind the BCD, kind of underneath the pocket, and then it sticks out in front of you. So it's kind of protecting that high pressure hose because it's inside the BCD, but you can still see the gauge in front of you, and you don't need any clips if you don't want to clip it off onto anything. So that's quite a convenient place. For your octo, when it's on the right hand side, what you do is you take the hose, you bend it in half, and then you push the hose into that section. So the second stage kind of sticks out. It's still quick release, but again, you don't need any clips. So that's very, very convenient. On the front, you have integrated weights, so you have a weight pouch, one on each side. You have a big handle, which if you grab hold of that and yank the weights forwards, the weight pouches will come out. When you go to put them back in, you'll notice there's actually a plastic D-ring kind of at the front of the BCD next to the handle, and that's so that you can grab hold of that D-ring and hold on to that, that side of the BCD, so it gives you something to push against to get that weight pocket back into position. So that's a nice little feature. Around the front you have a Velcro cummerbund, which I prefer because I find it keeps the BCD and it holds onto your body a bit nicer instead of just having just a webbing strap with a pinch clip. You get this sort of big wide section, this cummerbund that goes around in front of you, and that just kind of, it makes the bottom of the BCD kind of move within the small of your back, which in turn makes the tank move with you, so it just makes the whole BCD just kind of feel much more natural and it all moves with you. You of course do have a pinch clip strap in front of that just as added redundancy, so it's much stronger. Down at the bottom you also have some D-rings, so you can clip stuff off sort of down around your waist, and then if you turn the BCD around you'll see you actually have two cam bands, two parallel cam bands, and I prefer a BCD with two separate cam bands because it's that kind of redundancy, because if one isn't perfectly tight it means your tank isn't going to be slipping, but another benefit is because you have two, one on top of the other, it means that your tank isn't going to swing and sort of twist and turn. So as you move, the tank and the BCD all moves with you and it feels very natural, and yeah, you do have that redundancy. Either side of your cylinder you have two trim weight pockets on the back, so built into the BCD you have these two small pouches where you can fit a little bit of lead just to get it off of your hips and move it slightly further up. So if you tend to dive slightly head upright, moving some of that lead up towards kind of your shoulder blades, that will bring your head down and bring you more into a trim position, and that's why we call them trim weights. And if you look at the back, you'll see you have your pull dump over your left-hand shoulder. You also have an overpressure valve with a pull dump over your right-hand side for whichever one is easiest for you. And you also have one over your right-hand kidney. So if you are horizontal or if you are head down and you need to dump some gas, you can pull on that. And that's a really quick, easy way to get rid of any buoyancy. And you also have a grab handle on the sort of back of the back plate. So it gives you something to grab hold of to move your BCD and your tank as well, just to carry it all around. So all in all, the Marina is a good, tough BCD. I'd be happy diving with this at home and traveling with it abroad. It's a jacket style BCD, so it is going to be fairly heavy compared to the really stripped down lightweight wing style BCDs, but you do have that added sort of comfort of the whole like bladder sort of wrapping around you. You also get the sort of larger pockets as well on the side. So if you do like jacket style BCDs, but you find that a lot of the unisex style BCDs don't tend to sort of fit you, they're a little bit long in the back or something, then maybe it is worth considering the Marina, because it's specifically made for the female diver, but with all the kind of specs and everything that's expected from something like the Bravo BCD. Definitely worth checking out. There'll be more information on our website, simplyscuba.com. There's going to be a link down in the description below that will take you straight to the Marina to check it out. Thanks for watching, and safe diving.